This video looks at the method of analysis of a cumulative frequency graph. So cumulative frequency means that you're going to add up the frequencies of the data values as you go along. A cumulative frequency diagram, or ogive, is most useful when you're trying to calculate the median, quartile, and percentiles of a large set of grouped or continuous data. So the table below shows student absences from Lakeside High School during the first semester. So our third column here is going to be our cumulative frequency. And all we're going to do is add our number of students together as we go up. So our first total is going to be 47. Our next one is 47 plus 89, which is going to give us 136. 136 plus 33 would be 169. And then we're going to keep going all the way down. So 271, 295, 314. We'll keep going down here. 314 plus 6 would be 320. 328. 328 stays the same. And then we're going to get to 330. So then the next thing that we're going to do is draw a cumulative frequency diagram by putting those values onto the graph. So the first thing that we want to do is start by labeling our axes. And so let's go up here. We're going to go up by 25s on our x-axis or on our y-axis. So this is our cumulative frequency. And we're going to go up by 25s. So 25, 50, 75, 100, etc. So you want to make sure that you're choosing values that are going to make it fairly easy for you to plot. So we've got 225, 250, 275, 300, 325, and 350. So we'll go up to there. Okay. And then on our x-axis, this is going to be our student absences. And then I'm going to go up by 3s here. 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and then 30. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot. So in order to plot, I'm going to use the top end of my range as the x point and the corresponding cumulative frequency as the y point. Okay, so I'm just going to fill in what I'm plotting. I'm just going to do it over here on the left. So for my first point here, first row, the point that I would plot on the graph would be 347. The next point that I'm going to plot would be 6, 136, 9, 169, and then so on all the way down. So we're going to put those plot points on the graph. So we've got 347, 6, 136, 9, 169, 12, 271, 15, and 295. So up here. 18 and 314. 21, 320. 24, 328. Goes down here. Then we've got 328 again here. And then finally, a little bit higher, 330. So I'm just going to make those a little bit rounder here. So then you'll notice that my dots look sort of like an S shape. So I'm going to connect those. Here we go. Okay, and this is my cumulative frequency diagram. As you can see, it's sort of leveling off at the top. Okay, and then what we want to be able to do is to calculate the quartiles, the first quartile, the median, and then the third quartile. Okay. So what we can do, so I'm going to go on to my next slide, and then I'm going to go back to my graph here. So we're going to find the median and interquartile range. The first value that we're going to find is the median. So we know that the median is, or the median term, is our total number of terms divided by 2. So if you go and look back, we've got 330 terms. We're going to divide that by 2. And so that is our 165th value. So if I circle that in red here, I'm going to go back to our graph. I am going to go over to 165, which should probably be, let's see, about here. And then I'm going to go down like this. I'll just label this here. This is our Q2. So then our median value would be approximately 9. So now we can do the same thing. Let's do Q1 next. So 165 divided by 2, because we're looking for the median of our lower half. Okay. And so this is going to give us about our 82.5th term. So I'll do this one in blue. So I'm going to go back to my graph. I'm going to go on the y-axis up to about 82.5. So let's see, 70. Okay, I'm going to go over here. And then down, this is our Q1, and that looks like it's going to be about 4, reading from my graph. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing for Q3. Okay, so now we're looking for 3/4 of the way through our entire data set. Okay, which is actually our 247.5th term. I'll do this one in green. So if I go back to my graph on the left side, I'm going to go up to, let's see, 247 here, about here. I'm going to go over, I'm going to do all the way down. So my green is my Q3, which represents the 75th percentile of the data, and that looks like it's about 11, so where it touches the x-axis. Okay. And then we can find our interquartile range by finding the difference between Q1 and Q3. So our interquartile range is going to be Q3, take away Q1, which is 11 minus 4, which is going to give me 7. And I should probably use approximately here because we're estimating on our graph. So that's an example of a cumulative frequency graph and how you can find the median and the interquartile range using the graph. Okay. The next step would be being able to draw the cumulative frequency diagram on your GDC, and I'll do a screen capture and upload that into the Unit 1 outline. 6H has some practice questions on this topic.